Greetings everybody, I hope that you guys are good. So let's have a look at the NASDAQ 100 chart. So just looking at the monthly chart, we are now in the month of September. I think today is the 4th of September, if I'm not mistaken. And we can see that the current candle, which is the September candle, at this point in time is bearish. And last month's candle we can see, which is this one, and which was the August candle, rejected at this level, as you guys can see, and it seems as though the market is preparing to actually move further down to at least this level. However, we need further confirmation in regards to whether or not the market will reach this particular level, and to get that confirmation we need to head down into the smaller time frames. So from here I'm just going to head down to the weekly chart, seeing that I don't really see much of interest on this particular monthly chart, so just bear with me. So here we are on the monthly chart, or rather on the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart we can see that we have a very nice W structure at this level, with the neckline being at that point. We saw price pushing to the upside, or rather breaking above that neckline and then coming back to test the neckline of that W structure. And in the past I'd said that when it comes to W structures, we would love to see price break the neckline to the upside and then come back to test the neckline, and this is where we would possibly look for possible buying opportunities, as the anticipation is for price to continue moving up, right? So at this point over here, I believe that we should be looking for possible buying opportunities. Having said that, I'm not necessarily saying that we should just buy just by virtue of having price test this level. We need further reasons, we need further confluence rather. Anyway, I'm just going to add a neckline to the W structure. Just bear with me while I do so. Let's see, and then I'm going to make a blue color. There we go. So there goes our neckline, more or less, right? So as much as we have this particular W structure at this level, just also bear in mind that we also have this candlestick over here, which I've spoken about in previous videos. It is a liquidity candlestick, and we also have another one at the bottom at this level. So these two levels represent areas where the market is holding a lot of liquidity, and as much as we're saying that we'd love to see price bounce off this neckline of this W structure and push further up, what may actually happen is, as I've said in previous videos, is that price may push down to grab the liquidity at this level and then at this level as well, right? And then only push further up to form a very nice W structure. So this is a possibility as well. To add to that, just also bear in mind that because of the W structure that we have, remember that when it comes to W structures, a lot of traders and investors buy on that second leg of the W structure, and they place their stop losses just below that W structure. So we can safely say at this point in time that we have a lot of stop losses that are just below this W structure, and as I said, the price may actually push down to trigger all of those stop losses and then only push further up to give us a very big W structure, right? So we just need to keep that in the back of our minds. Anyway, from here I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart. However, before I do so, I think it's very much important that I mark those two liquidity candlesticks. Just bear with me. The first level is here, which is carrying all of that liquidity. Let's see. Just bear with me, guys. And then we have another one at this level over here, right? There we go, right? Yeah. So from here, I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, However, before I do so, let me just utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool just to see if that neckline actually aligns with any of the key numbers that we have on the tool. So just bear with me. Let's have a look. Right, so we can say that the neckline of this W structure aligns more or less with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So that is confluencing as far as looking for possible buying opportunities at this level over here, right? But as I said, just bear in mind that the market may actually give us a fake out and actually retrace a bit, as if it's preparing to buy, or rather to go further up, and then we might see it possibly come back down to trigger all of that liquidity and then possibly push further up. So we just need to, as I said, ensure that we are up to speed in regards to all the possible outcomes that we may witness in as far as NASDAQ 100 goes, right? So from here, I'm just going to head down to the daily chart. Here we are on the daily chart, right? So what do we see on the daily chart that we should be paying attention to? In fact, before we continue, in regards to this particular chart, I'm just going to add my daily channel, so just bear with me. Let's see, daily channel. Let's see, I'm just going to make this slightly smaller. Let's see. So there goes my daily channel, more or less. Alright, there we go. So as I was saying, another question that we need to ask ourselves is, what is it that we see in regards to this daily chart of NASDAQ 100? What else do we see? So on this particular chart, I can see that we actually had a very nice head and shoulders pattern at this level over here, with this side being the left hand shoulder, this being the head, and this side being the right hand shoulder. And we saw price push further down to complete the structure at this level. So at this point in time, we can disregard this entire head and shoulders pattern, as the move has played itself out, as you guys can see, right? It started over here and it ended over here, right? Also, I can see that we had a gap at this level over here. However, the gap was filled by price. To add to that, we have another gap, it seems, at this level over here, which needs to be filled by the market. So that is confluence as well, in as far as I think looking for buying opportunities goes. And that is because, as I said on the weekly chart, due to the fact that we have a very nice W structure over here, which has a neckline over here, and the neckline aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. And to add to that, we have a gap over here, which needs to be filled by the market. There's a very good chance that price may push further up to fill that gap, right? Also, before price actually gets to this gap, we also need to take into account the fact that we have a very strong area of resistance at this point. And let me just actually clear the board and just show it to you. We have a very strong area of resistance at this level over here, and that is also because of this particular head and shoulders pattern, and that is because that this level was the neckline of that head and shoulders pattern. And as much as we should potentially be looking for buying opportunities at this point, and the fact that we have a gap at that point, what may actually happen is price may push only to test the neckline of that structure, and then possibly push further down, or even continue going up, right? So as I said, we just need to ensure that we're up to speed in regards to what's happening, or rather in regards to all the possible outcomes that we may experience in regards to NASDAQ 100. Anyway, let's proceed. So we're in a daily chart. Is there anything else of interest or of value that we should be paying attention to? I don't see anything at this point, so what I'm going to do is head down to the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just going to fix my channel. Let's see. there goes my channel on the H4 chart. So what else do we see on the H4 chart? Before we continue, I'm just gonna add my H4 channel as well, so just bear with me, guys. Let's see. So there goes my H4 channel, more or less. Right. There we go. All right. So what do we see in regards to this particular chart, which is the H4 chart of UStech or NASDAQ 100? Something very interesting is happening. Can you guys see that we have at this level, which is the neckline of that huge W structure that we had on the weekly chart, we have what seems to be a very nice W structure forming, with this side being the second leg of the W structure. So what this tells me is that in fact this is confirmation, because remember on the weekly chart we had that huge W structure, right? We had price pushing up and then coming down to test the neckline. Currently the neckline, or rather price, is at the neckline of the W structure that we spoke about on the weekly chart. And on the H4 chart, which is the current chart that we're looking at, we seem to have a very nice small W structure developing at this point. So in my humble opinion, that's almost confirmation. That is confirmation actually that we should be preparing to be buying, right? And just to redraw the drink, because I can see that it's not as clear as I would like it to be. Rather, we had the W structure. Okay, let me just start from scratch. On the weekly chart we had the W structure, right? And then we had price breaking to the upside of the W structure and then coming back to test the neckline of the W structure, which is this level over here, right? And at this level over here we have what seems to be a W forming in this manner. So in my humble opinion, that is confirmation that indeed we should be looking for buying opportunities, and especially on that second leg of the W structure, and the anticipation is for price to continue moving upward, right? Nonetheless, having said that, just bear in mind that we have stop losses that are located at this level, and what may actually happen is that price may come back down to grab all of those stop losses and then only push further up to form a very nice W structure in that manner, right? Anyway, let's proceed. But in regards to the H4 chart, my bias is for price to continue with this W structure and push further up to at least this level to complete that W structure, right? The neckline of this particular W structure is at around this level over here, and I know that a lot of traders and investors have already bought at this point, because as I said, when it comes to W structures, people buy generally on the second leg of the W structure, right? Others are waiting for price to close above this neckline, and that's when they will start looking for buying opportunities, right? My humble opinion is that if you have at this level bought, I would say hold up until price reaches this particular level. That is just my opinion. To add to that, just also bear in mind that at this level we have a very strong area of resistance, and the price may bounce off this area and push further down towards those stop losses that I've been speaking about. So that is my analysis in regards to NASDAQ 100. I hope it makes sense, and I hope my drawings are not too confusing. But myself personally, I would be looking for possible buying opportunities at this level. I'm not saying buy, I'm saying look for further reasons for why you should be buying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, peace out.